Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Dragon Warrior 3 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Last episode, Prince Ernie, his companions Tennison, Sadie, and Indy, were welcomed into the Dark World here, the Dark World of Alefgard. Alefgard is the land where Chicken adventured back in Dragon Warrior 1, so we don't know if this is before Chicken's time, after Chicken's time, maybe between when Chicken saved the world and his descendant Prince Hermes saved the world in Dragon Quest II. We don't know, but guess we'll find out. In the meantime, we're just gonna get another clue down here from there's this lady in this house down here. It's kind of off screen, but we want to talk with everybody. The Ring of Life is a source of life. If you wear the ring, as you walk, your strength will be restored. And basically, if you put that ring on your character, every time they take a step, they'll regain 1 hit point. So it's kind of like how Erdrick's armor worked in Dragon Quest 1. So speaking of Dragon Quest 1, we have a little nod to it here. We have the red slimes. At this point in the game, they're so easy, but like I said, it just seems like a little nod to Dragon Quest 1. You can also run into regular blue slimes around this area too. So, like in Dragon Quest 1, there is a cave to the south here, that an optional cave that we're going to go to, the Mountain Cave. In the first game, though, you had to go to the west and then cross a bridge. Well, that bridge isn't there in this game, but luckily those hills aren't mountains, so you can walk south from Tantagel Castle directly to this cave. If you go watch my Let's Play of Dragon Quest 1, that's where I kind of leveled at the beginning of the game, to the east of the cave. It's called the Scorpion's Nest. It's a barrier where, like, some tough monsters up here. Once you get the Hurt spell, though, you can start doing some decent damage there and run back to the castle to heal. Just helps you level up a little bit quicker. So, here we have a new enemy, the Darth Bear. Has a 1/4 chance to critically hit you. They are susceptible to the instant defeat spells, Beat and Defeat. They only have a 30% chance of resisting it, which is the same percentage that the squid monsters have. But the squid monsters, we'll encounter them when we get it to the ocean. I usually like to use it on them, because they have 450 hit points, and they have a chance to attack up to 3 times. So they're guaranteed to attack once, 75% chance to go twice, and 50% chance to attack you 3 times. So with that many hit points and potentially each hitting you 3 times, they tend to appear in groups of 3. So that's a lot of attacks to eat. So just to cast the defeat spell against them, it's a really good investment of your MP. You don't necessarily need it against those Darth Bears, though. They don't take too long to whittle down. So this was the Mountain Cave in Dragon Warrior 1, where we got the optional Fighter's Ring, which was bugged and didn't do anything. And if you were lucky, you could get the Coast Necklace, not because that's an item that you want, because it would coast you and you wouldn't be able to enter the castle to save your game. But at this point in the game, the Coast Necklace, you could sell it for a lot of money and basically just upgrade your equipment, because around this point, when you're getting to this point in the game in Dragon Quest 1, it's when a lot of new equipment starts becoming available, like your half-plate armor, your large shield, the broadsword, and all of them are pretty expensive. So to be able to get that Coast Necklace and sell it, really help you out with your funds. Then you can just be more powerful and level quicker. So search down here. No Fighter's Ring in this game. We gotta keep an eye out for that other ring, though, the Ring of Life. So you also gotta keep a close eye on our inventory. We have no more inventory space, so I'm just gonna use up this invisibility herb. So because there's one more piece of armor that we want to get here. Now in Dragon Warrior 1, you could potentially get a coast item. In this game, we're guaranteed to get a coast piece of armor, the Hades armor. Now, the Hades armor, it's good defensively, and it also reduces magic damage to you. But the problem is there's a 1/3 chance that during battle your character will freeze in battle and won't do anything. But coast equipment isn't it doesn't stack. So if you buy a bunch of like coast equipment or get a bunch of coast equipment and put it on the same person, it's not going to you know, be any worse. So for instance, there's a sword, a powerful sword, the Sword of Destruction, that we can buy later on, and it has a similar thing, where like 1 in 3 chance that it'll freeze your character. So if you have the Hades armor and that coast sword, it's still just a 1/3 chance it's not gonna. So if you feel like gambling and using those things, go for it. Pile them on. The only coast thing that I kind of use, and it's not really coast in the sense that you don't have to uncoast it to de-equip it, is I like that the demon axe that we got. There's some weapons that are stronger than it, like that coast sword, the Sword of Destruction, the thunder sword here that Prince Ernie has is a little stronger, but the increased critical hit rate of that demon axe is pretty good, so especially against like bosses. And we're gonna have a big long boss rush later on in the game, so unfortunately there's not a lot of stuff we can drop off here at the vault. We are gonna drop off some things. So just looking at my equipment to see what I can drop off. Like I said, we'll drop off that Hades armor. We can drop off like our wizard rings. So, like I said, we want to save them for the end game, for the final push into when we actually go to fight Zoma, the archfiend Zoma. We got a few more dungeons to explore. There's not a lot really to explore here in the Dark World when we get to it. But in fact, there's really like only one dungeon that is truly needed. We were told though that we'd like to go and get the 3 treasures: the Sword of Kings, the Shield of Heroes, and the Armor of Radiance. The only dungeon you really need to visit is the Armor of Radiance one, because in that dungeon you're also going to free the Spear of Rubus, and we'll learn more about how to do that and where to do that in a little bit. But like I said, that's the only one you really have to do. It's not like required that you get those 3 items of the that were hidden in Tantagel Castle. But you might as well, because they're really good pieces of equipment, and they fighting all those enemies that you encounter in the dungeon will definitely help your levels out. Because yeah, Baramus was pretty tough, but he was just one crony of Zoma, so you know Zoma's going to be a lot tougher. You've got to be tougher to keep him in line. So here are those Kragagold enemies. Like I said, they can 50% chance that they can go 3 times, but they're pretty susceptible to the instant death. So we'll be having Indy and Sadie casting the defeat spell. Defeat targets everybody in the group. So there we go. Look at that. Wipe them all out. So that's a good way to gain some good experience, and the battle doesn't cost it doesn't take too long if it hits. Like I said, they only have a 30% chance to resist. So odds are that, you know, in groups of 3, you're probably going to get at least 2 of them. So, that's really good. always have nightmares of them, I guess, because it reminds me of when I wrestled in high school. When I was trying to make weight and stuff, I had a little exercise bike downstairs in front of the Nintendo, and I put on Dragon Warrior 3 and play it. I grind. My son Garen has caused me hardship since the day he left on a journey singing a song. I haven't seen him. There's a silver harp you're wondering about. I think my son Garen took it with him. So, remember in Dragon Warrior 1, there was a town here called Garenham, and behind the thing was the grave of Garen. And in the grave of Garen, we found the silver harp. Now we just found the silver harp in this one single room here at this house. So, well, Garen is still alive. That's his harp. So this must mean that we're in the past. We must be. This must be before Chicken arrives. So we're gonna keep traveling over here. We are told back in Tantagel, basically there's a town to the east by ship. That town is going to be the town of Cole. And near the town of Cole, we have this tower. That's one of the dungeons that you have to go to. It's basically one of two required dungeons, the other being Zoma's castle. That we definitely have to go to, because then that thing, that's where Rubus is the spirit that created this world. That's where she's imprisoned. Welcome to the village of Cole. Custodians, ones and on. Let's see our wares. What do they got? Yeah. Not much. If you still have a wizard, the flying water cloth is really, really good, just like it was in Dragon Warrior 2. Probably the best armor for just a wizard. The property item store is highly skilled. He buys useless things and restores and resells them. So we're told that the guy takes useless things and restores them right after we were told that the Sword of Kings was broken into pieces. So it basically sounds like we need to find those pieces and then bring them back here. Rumor has it that Rubus is sealed inside a tower on the island to the west. And that is a true rumor. We're going to have to learn how to free her, though, eventually later, so. Before we start doing, like, questing, we're just going to be visiting all the towns that are in the Dark World. Powers of good and light are the archfiend. Powers of good are the light, and the archfiend is darkness. You should be able to weaken the archfiend with the sphere of light. We got that sphere of light hanging out in the vault right now. That's what the Dragon Queen gave us. A lot of people will be talking about that sphere of light as we gather clues. Kind of the game's way to tell you should get this. It looked like we were about to become an offering to the Orochi. We fled. My husband was a swordsmith in Japan. Well, the Orochi's gone now. If you have the fairy flute, you can free Rubus from the curse that turned her into a stone statue. The fairy flute. We found that in Cole in the first game in Dragon Warrior 1. It was 4 paces to the south of the bath up there in Cole. The man they say came from Japan is upstairs. And that merchant said that the Sword of Kings was made of Oricon. So, we'll have to go look for some of that. If we get some of that, then we can bring it back to this guy and see if he can, you know, fix it. People have said he takes stuff that's junk and repairs it. And his wife said that, you know, he was a swordsmith back in the overworld, so sounds like just the type of guy we need to potentially restore that Sword of Kings. Now, in Dragon Quest I, to the south here, there was that tunnel that linked the northern continent to the southern continent to Remolder. That's where we got the magic keys at the first place, so let's go check out if that tunnel is still there. Also, we'll notice that in the Dragon Warrior 1, we had to get to the Archfiend's castle. Well, it was not the Archfiend, it was the Dragon Lord at the time. To get to his castle, we had to create a rainbow bridge to get to his thing. We were thinking, why do we need to do that? We have a boat. Well, the game developers, I guess, thought of that, and all the bodies of water, all the rivers that lead into where the Dragon Lord's castle is, where now the Archfiend's castle is, they get blocked off by shoals, so you can't take your ship in there. So you're gonna have to do the quest to get the rainbow bridge. So we had 2 new enemies there. We had the zombie type enemy there. I forget what type. And then we have the goopies there. Goopies are really annoying if they come in large groups because a goopy has like a 50% chance to summon help. Usually they summon another goopy, but other times they will summon a granite titan. Granite titans are pretty tough. They're kind of an endgame guardian, like mini boss in Zoma's castle. So to have them being called out on a regular encounter can be pretty annoying. So they're like the upgraded version of those stone guardians that we met in Varamus's castle. These guys are also annoying. The Skulldragon. They like to breathe a thing on you, breathe like coldness on you. But luckily, there's 2 different types, and one is weak, one is strong. So this one is obviously the weak. It's only taking 11, 5, and 16, not much. The other one takes off about 3 times as much. So we've taken off in the 30s. So you just gotta hope on. Now both of them are about the same probability. He has about a 40% chance to attack, and then a 30% chance to use a weak blizzard breath, and a 30% chance to use a medium blizzard breath. So you see, this is the medium one right now. It's taking off much more health. And luckily, this other one wasn't a medium. Or else it might have wiped out some of our characters. Definitely probably would have taken out Indy. So these guys also have pretty good defense. We can't rely on the defeat spell on them. They have a 71% chance to block that. But they have no resistance to fire or lightning, so if you're going to use any spells, use your Fire Bane or the Prince Ernie Zap spell. He'll eventually get a multi-targeting lightning spell, but not until really late in the game. Okay, so take care of them. Definitely want to heal ourselves up here. Yeah, you can see those shoals there in the upper left corner. That blocks us from getting to the Archfiend's castle, taking the north route. There's a route in the southwest that's blocked by a bridge. Remember, we can't we can't go under a bridge like in Final Fantasy 1. And we'll notice here at the Swamp Cave, the waterway to the right is blocked up by shoals as well, so. Anyway, we'll go into this tunnel here. This is where we rescued Princess Luna in the first game. We're digging a tunnel. So this basically confirms that we are in the past before Chicken arrived, because this tunnel is not yet completed. You notice there was no exit on the outside wall, and we get down here, over to the right there, that's how the dragon and the princess were held, in that little section there. Heave ho, heave ho, heave ho. Dig, dig, quickly, I want to get to Remildar. So yeah, they're just, right now, still building the tunnel. So let's warp outside, and then we're going to cast a return spell. And we're going to, they said they wanted to go down to Remildar. Well, it sounds like that's a good destination for us to go to. So we're just going to warp to Cole, heal up at the inn, and this is where we'll start off. Not necessarily have to save our game with the king. Otherwise, you just have to backtrack all this way. So we'll just pick up in the next episode right here at the inn, fully healed, and head to the south to find Remildar. Take care, have a good one. Thanks for following along. Bye.